This is the Lancer Locker Show on KYNT. Now, let's talk some Mount Marty University athletics with the coaches, as well as your host and the voice of Mount Marty University athletics, Tehl Tanner.
Well, let's do it on another Monday. My name is Tehl Tanner. As we talk about Mount Marty University athletics, we're wrapping up basketball this week. That is the goal. We've got two basketball coaches coming in to talk with me, Coach Alan Bertram, Coach Colin Othier. Both just finished up their seasons over the last week. We're going to have both of them on for a season recap interview today as we talk basketball for the final time on the Lancer Locker this season. Coming up next on the Lancer Locker in the next couple of weeks, I'm hoping to have on the athletic director at Mount Marty University, and Andy Bernardo. We're working out the scheduling on that one, as well as turning our attention to baseball and softball going into the spring. First up, let's go for our week in review with Lancer Athletics. The Lancer's competitive cheer and dance programs over the last couple of days competed down in Dort on Saturday. The competitive dance team placed 8th. The competitive cheer team placed 6th down in Sioux Center. Next up for those two teams is the GPAC Championships this Friday in Crete, Nebraska. February 24th and 25th, so it'll be Friday and Saturday, Cheer and Dance GPAC Championships. For the Mount Marty softball team, they started off the year 4-0 with 2 wins on Saturday. William Penn University, they beat 5-4. Dakota State, they beat 12-5. They also beat Peru State and Mayville State on Friday, 5-4 and 5-1, respectively. Lancer softball starting off 4-0, picking up right where they left off after winning the GPAC tournament and making the national tournament last season. Coach Kayla Bryan is just doing amazing things there. Can't wait to talk to her in the upcoming weeks. Go to baseball, new head coach of the building, Josh Tykros, starting off his tenure as the coach of the Lancers very strong. He's a hometown kid from Yankton, now the head coach of the Lancers. 6-2 overall is Mount Marty. They beat Mount Mercy University 3-1 in a 4-game series there. They beat Tabor College. They beat Southwest Assemblies of God 5-1, took 1 loss to them as well on Friday. And then Saturday, they beat Tabor College as well 4-0 down in Texas. Lancer baseball 6-2 to start the season. Let's go to basketball now. The Mount Marty women's basketball team will finish their season 7-21 overall, 4-18 in conference. That was a 2-win overall, 2-win team last year. Brought a new head coach in the building, Coach Alan Bertram, and he has done an amazing job with that program. They are bringing in some incredible recruits. They're bringing in a new culture, and that team is just on the rise. We've got Coach Alan Bertram in the booth with me coming up in a couple of minutes, and then around the corner, we'll turn our attention to men's basketball. The men's basketball team finished 9-19 overall this season, 5-15 in conference play. The Lancers head coach, Colin Othier, coming to join me in a couple of minutes here on KYNT. I spoke with both of those two coaches earlier today. I spoke with them this morning before they get on the road for recruiting or just getting back into town. We'll talk about all of that coming up. This is KYNT, the Lancer Locker. A lot to talk about today, so let's go ahead and take a break. Come back with Coach Alan Bertram and the Mount Marty women's basketball program in a couple of minutes.
We were founded on innovation and a passion to help our customers. This is Chris Sawtell at Aztec in Yankton. We also want our employees to thrive and succeed every day. Our core values are more than something we list on a wall. We live them every day. We have openings in a variety of departments, sign-on bonuses up to $2,000, immediate benefits like retirement savings, paid holidays, bonus earnings, tuition reimbursement, and more. Build your career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Stop by for a walk-in interview or click on careers at aztecindustries.com.
What's the best beverage to enjoy while rooting on your team? 1919 root beer, of course. 1919 is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. The unique recipe and these choice ingredients make 1919 the creamiest, full-bodied draft root beer available. Find it in 12 packs and single-serve cans at grocery, convenience stores, and restaurants. 1919 is alcohol-free and contains no caffeine, making it a beverage of choice at any time for anyone in the family.
Don't just bank, be an explorer. Here at Explorers Credit Union, we do banking differently. As a not-for-profit, member-owned credit union, we know that financial wellness isn't a destination, it's a journey. We're here to help you set goals and reach them with the financial tools, expertise, and support you need. If you're looking for better rates on your loans and local service from your friends and neighbors, Explorers Credit Union has you covered. Learn how we can help your financial journey at explorerscu.com.
Are you ready to take home the country's best chicken? This is Annie at Yankton Pizza Ranch. Our chicken is hand-breaded daily, crispy on the outside, and juicy on the inside. If you're feeding the entire family or planning the perfect party, order from your locally owned Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway or give us a wing at 665-1222.
It's where life tastes better. Surround 'em up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
I'm Kevin Melm, store manager at Yankton Slumberland. So interior design, we like to take the ordinary and make it extraordinary. People don't realize that taking a sofa and just by adding a rug, accessories, pictures, things of that nature to really make the room pop with maybe some color. It's absolutely free. So if you need help, we can draw out your room, sketch your room, come to your home. And it's a free service, absolutely.
Free interior design service at Yankton Slumberland, located at 2401 Broadway Avenue.
Well, we are back on the Lancer Locker on a Monday afternoon. Let's go ahead and talk Mount Marty women's basketball in our season recap with the head coach of the program, Coach Alan Bertram, joining me on the line over in West River, South Dakota this morning, Monday morning at about 11 a.m. Coach Bertram, I'm sad you're stuck in Rapid right now. A little bit of car trouble, huh?
Yeah, we hit a animal carcass on the interstate and ended up blowing a tire, and obviously it happened on a Sunday, so there's no way to be able to get that corrected or fixed, so we had to wait till today to get it going so we can get back on the road.
Well, I'm glad everybody is okay, at least, and you're going to be able to get back on the road before that storm comes in, so that's good news.
Yes, we are too.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about the season as a whole then. In your first season of the Lancers, can you give me your overall thoughts of Mount Marty and how the season went?
Well, obviously I think, we exceeded, everybody's expectations in regards to what, this team was going to be like and what it was going to be able to do. And, we talked at the beginning of the year where every single coach in our conference picked us to finish dead last, and so for us to be able to have the kind of conference season we had was outstanding, and we were able to exceed expectations in many, many ways. And, I think the overall growth of our program and the girls took a huge step in the right direction this year. And as you do that, you're always looking for things that you have to get better at and things that you did well. But, for the first year to be able to build a program the way we want it, I thought we're ahead of schedule. And so that's exciting to see, and for us to be able to look upon the future and knowing that we've got to get better in certain areas, that's going to be our focus here as we enter the off season.
Coach, as we talk about some of the big moments of the year, what are some ones that stick out? For me, obviously, sweeping Midland, getting some road wins at the College of St. Mary as well, the home win over Hastings, and then that Dork game. What are some big moments of the season for you?
Well, I think, for us to be able to, to sweep Midland was gigantic, and to be able to beat a team like Hastings, who traditionally has been very, very good in our conference, was huge. Being able to beat College of St. Mary's in Omaha was a big moment for us. And anytime you can win on the road, especially in our conference, is gigantic. The game at Dordt was probably the highlight, which is crazy to sound because we didn't even win. But for us to take the number 4 team in the country down to the wire in the last minute of the basketball game, and to see the way we played with the level of poise and confidence that our girls played with that night at Dordt was amazing. And it really made you feel good about what we were doing and the direction that this program was going in, for sure.
You've had young players get a lot of minutes this season. Can we talk about some of these young players? Martinez, Thuy, Kempf, who unfortunately was down with an injury, but we do expect to see back next season as a talented player, and Jurovsky as well, just to name a few, and there's many more. Yeah,
the last half of the season, we started 2 freshmen and a sophomore in our starting lineup. And so, Kayla Martinez has got a chance to be one of the top 2 players in regards to freshman player of the year this year in our conference. And, some of the nights she had 4 games this year, 20 plus points. And so, the sky's the limit for that young lady. Sydney Thuy, our 6'2" freshman, like you mentioned, Macy Camp, who was our second leading scorer, went down December 19th and didn't play a game again the rest of the season, which is super unfortunate because we all know how good of a player Macy is. But on the flip side of that, it kind of forced, Sydney to get thrown in the fire a little bit as a freshman post player. And she had some unbelievable moments for us this season. And so her growth was huge and really set the table for what we're going to be able to do the next 3 years. And so, and then obviously Emma's so dang consistent with what she does. She's a great defender. She just does everything that you ask her to do, and she had some very good scoring moments for us this year as well. So when you got a couple staples with Macy and Emma as sophomores and Sydney and Kayla as freshmen, and we're so excited about Maria Parsley. She had 6 games in the middle of the season there where she was just playing great basketball, and then unfortunately tore her ACL. But she'll be back next year for us as a sophomore. That's going to be able to be someone that can make some significant impact for us. So our young players are really good, and so for us, we're extremely excited about having those girls back, knowing that really we returned 4 starters, and actually we returned 5 because Macy most definitely would have been starting the whole year if she wouldn't have had that injury.
Coach Bertram, let's talk about some of these graduating players now. I had a chance to sit down with all 5 of them and really enjoyed my talks with Berglund, Hartle, Miller, Tweet, and Burnt as well. Those 5 seniors, really special group of players. Can you tell me their impact on this program?
They're such amazing kids, first of all. I mean, you're talking about just some of the most amazing young ladies you're ever going to find. The leadership, what they brought to the program was so, I can't even put words to how important it was, for a group of kids to be able to lead in the right way. Their want for this program to get where it needs to be was so strong. And they demonstrated that every single day that they came to practice, all the things that we did off the court to build our just camaraderie. They were in charge of it and did such an amazing job. So they left a major impact, Tehl, for what this program is going to look like. And it's one of the last messages I gave them was that they're going to be able to come back 3-4 years from now and have unbelievable pride in the fact that they were the main reasons why this program is going to get back to where it was 10 years ago.
Coach Bertram, as we look now to the future, let's talk recruiting. In this recruiting class, can you tell me how it's going? Who's coming to the Mount next year?
We've got 9 kids already signed, committed already for this year that are all incoming freshmen. A couple of those kids have a chance to make major impacts. Jaden Jensen is a name that our Lancer Nation is going to get very accustomed to. She's already scored over 1,800 high school points in her career. She's an all-time leading scorer in her high school and one of the top players in South Dakota. And she's college ready. So she's going to be a major impact right here from South Dakota. We got 3 girls coming from Nebraska, which are all great kids and is a great recruiting area for us. So we've got a really good base with our freshmen, and so now we kind of turn the remainder of our recruiting now. We obviously have several kids who are wanting to be Lancers, and we have a couple transfers that will be coming in that will be announced here once their seasons get completed in the next 2 weeks. That will be very impactful players to our program to help us continue to grow and continue to get better, and to be able to put a product on the floor in the GPAC that can compete every single night.
Well, Coach Bertram, I really appreciate your time talking with me today. As you go into this offseason, going into next year, now your second year as the coach of the Lancers, what is your main goal or your main goals for this program?
Well, first of all, we got to get stronger. We've got to get physically stronger, and so our emphasis in the weight room and how we train is I'm going to adjust a little bit. We're going to get that shaped up a little bit to where we feel more comfortable with what we're doing. We've got to become better shooters from the perimeter. I think that's one area we struggled in the most this year. We shot about 28% from the three-point line as a team this year, and it's very difficult in today's game to be able to win against good teams when you're shooting below 30% from the three-point line. And so we've got to really, really get better in those areas. And then, obviously, I think just continuing to build the hype and building the community around our program. I think we had alumni back on Saturday. It was so awesome to see them there. But we've got to get stronger in that area. We've got to get more of our alumni base involved in what we're doing and really create a special type of community for our Lancer program. And so those are some of the key areas that I'm really going to be focusing on for our girls going into next year, just to continue to build what we're trying to build here at Mount Marty. And I'm really excited about the direction, and I really strongly feel in the next 2 years you're going to see a team that can be in the top 4 in our conference.
Well, Coach Bertram, I really appreciate your time today and throughout the season and the numerous talks that we have had. Congratulations on the first season being in the books. I can't wait for number 2.
Well, and I can't say enough thanks to you, Tehl. Like what you do is amazing. You're one of the best at what you do. We are so blessed at Mount Marty to have a play-by-play guy like you, and you don't just do it to do it. I know that you're invested in our program, and I know that our girls and our men on the basketball side of things are very important to you. And your preparation, your work ethic, and your time is very meaningful to us. And so I just want to say thank you for everything you've done for us this past year, and it's awesome. It's been great getting to know you, and to have you a part of what we do is very special.
Well, I appreciate the kind words, sir. This is the Lancer Locker on KYNT. Thank you so much for joining me today, Coach Bertram.
You bet. Thanks, Tehl.
Let's go ahead and take a break. Back in a couple minutes, we'll keep things rolling. Mount Marty women's basketball, man, what a year they've had. Back in a couple minutes.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Hello. Here's to welcoming moments, big and small, embracing the unexpected, savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
At Triple Time Rudy's, you get convenient access to quality fuel products. Plus, you'll also find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. With a local-friendly feel and unique product offering, Triple Time Rudy's is your local convenience store that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all of your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, pull into Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more. All at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
Heart disease is the leading cause of death for men and women in the U.S., causing a quarter of all deaths annually. With February designated as American Heart Month, the Yankton Medical Clinic reminds you to be proactive when it comes to your heart health. See your provider to discuss your risk for heart disease and preventative steps that are right for you. Don't let yourself or your loved ones become a victim of heart disease. Call the Yankton Medical Clinic for an appointment today. So much care, so close to home.
All right, we're back on the Lancer Locker here. Season recap for Mount Marty men's basketball. Big thanks to Coach Alan Bertram for joining me in the last segment. Let's go ahead and finish things up with Mount Marty here with Mount Marty men's basketball. Coach Colin Authier, the man who joined me on the mic on Saturday for women's basketball. That was a lot of fun doing a game broadcast together with you, Coach.
It was. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, very appreciative of it. Had a lot of reflection. It's what you do is a challenge when it's both on the radio and webcast, because it's just it's unique that how you call games is completely different, and for you to be able to do it at the same time is really, really impressive and a credit to your talent and what you do.
Well, you did a great job, too. I got a lot of texts after that game saying that you were coming for my job, so I have a proposition for you. If you want mine, next season, there's going to be some exhibition games. You call the game. I'll coach the game down on the sideline. We'll flip-flop there.
I'll pick the games that you can coach. if you say, I got no emails though, so the disclaimer so far, either that or it went straight to my junk, unfortunately, but I did not get any emails. So I'm glad you got some feedback on it and really enjoyed it.
No angry emails means it was a good broadcast. Trust me, that's a good broadcast right there. Let's get into the season for Mount Marty men's basketball. Second season in the books for you here at Mount Marty. First off, give me your thoughts on the season in general. How do you think it went?
Yeah, I mean, we knew coming into this is going to be stepping stones. Laying the foundation was really, really important in making sure that we did this the right way. And you look at the year we had this year compared to last year. I mean, we doubled our number of NAIA wins. We were competing there till the very, very end for GPAC tournament spot. We were close to doubling our GPAC wins. Had an opportunity to, had a couple games that just kind of slipped away. And, it's kind of I feel like the thing throughout the year is just our consistency. We played in spurts where we could play with anybody, and I always told this team that we could beat anybody in the country, and I still think that Fort Lauderdale win was one of our best wins. They've only lost once since then and have beaten like 2 or 3 Division II teams. So it's just our consistency of not playing in spurts, but playing a complete and full game. Really, really enjoyed this group of guys, top to bottom. We did have some injuries that set us out. Christian Michelson had an ankle surgery that kept him out, and he's a very, very talented young man. And Micah Johnson from Sioux Falls Roosevelt and Nook Acott from Sioux Falls Washington, both as freshmen, redshirted this year due to injuries. So that kind of did set us back a little bit, unfortunately. But looking forward to the future and knowing that we kind of laid the foundation, had some stepping stones this year.
And you have a very young foundation going into next season. As we talk about some of the big moments from this season, the Fort Lauderdale win was obviously huge. The one that I always think of right away when I think of big moments, sweeping your in-state rival, Dakota Wesleyan. That was big, Coach. Yeah,
that was important for us, and obviously going 3 out of 4 games against our in-state teams. We do pride ourselves on that. That game at the Corn Palace was a great game, great atmosphere. Obviously, Cole Bowen hit the buzzer beater there at a great time, obviously, for him to step up and showcase what he can do, which he's a very, very talented young man. So those parts are always exciting. Those are things that our seniors get to go off for the rest of their lives, knowing that they did that. Their senior year, that they were able to sweep D-Dub, which is only the second time we said that's happened in the last 18 years or so. Winning the Corn Palace is hard to do. Coach Wilbur's a good coach. The program that he's got there is just one of the tops in all of the country. And so being able to do that, we definitely took a lot of pride in that this year.
Let's talk about your young core as we talk about some of these very impactful players. Tash Linde, Cole Bowen. We've talked about them all season long for a reason. They're 2 of the best young players in the GPAC, and you get them for another 3 seasons, Coach. Can you talk about these guys? Yeah, just talented young men, both on and off the floor. Great people, competitors, have very, very bright futures. Both of them led us in probably basically every category that we have. They played a lot of minutes. They shouldered a good portion of the load and responsibility on certain nights, and really stepped up. And we knew that going into it, and they're hard matchups. They can both handle the basketball, they can both shoot it, they can both post up, both good defensively, both can rebound. They're both very, very unselfish, and I think that's the part that sometimes you don't always see unless you're looking for it. But they create for others more than themselves, and especially when they're getting keyed on every single night, like they kind of did this year. And I thought they did a great job of handling that with learning curves. I mean, that it's hard sometimes when you got certain matchups or certain defenses are scheming against you, and I thought those guys really, really learned throughout the year in terms of how to handle that. With the young team players we talked about, let's start talking about some of these seniors, Coach. You got 6 seniors graduating from the program. I was able to speak with the 5 that were on the floor all season long, in Altenberg, Turner, Stearns, Becker, and Georgie, and then the 6th one, Windhorse, who I was unfortunately not able to speak to, but man, that seems like a very smart young man. I was able to speak with the 5 of them, very, very bright individuals. I loved my talks with all of them. We talked about their favorite memories and how they kind of want to be remembered. I'm looking forward to their future, Coach. Can you tell me about these guys? Yeah, all are going to be very, very successful, and why it was unfortunate to work out scheduling wise. There's just so many seniors in both programs that we want to make sure that we showcased, and but Wyatt has been tremendous for our program, and he's going to go on to grad school here and graduating in 2 years at Mount Marty. He oversaw a ton of our academics and what he did, and spending time with guys and tutoring sessions, and was just instrumental, and love him as a person. He's very, very confident. But the 5 guys that played throughout the year,
have made a great impact on me and my coaching and our conversations that we had. A lot of our stuff was involved and evolved around our core group of guys, and that was those guys right there. Guys that have been in this program for years, guys that had committed and given everything. They believe in this university and what we're going to be doing. They are instrumental on it. And I've always said that their impact will be seen in a couple of years from now. It's never immediate, but those guys have made a lasting impact on our program and on me as a coach for sure.
So, Coach, now 2 years in the books. I know you had goals coming in. What are your goals now after going into your second off season?
Recruiting. Always. For those that know me, it's always based on recruiting. Continue to get the right people in this program, and that's not always just predicated on the most talented people, the guys that can score the most. It's a wide variety, but it's people that fit us. It's people that handle their business off the floor, handle their business in the classroom, that are career oriented, that are goal oriented, that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. Is extremely important, that can check their egos at the door, that can have a sense of humility and knowing that they need to get better, both on and off the floor. We are out nonstop. We're going to see if a snowstorm in this coming days can stop us, but I have a feeling we will continue to try to be out as much as possible. And we are doing everything. When we're not out, to be honest, we're watching games online. We're always looking at things and talking about what guys can add to our program. Recruiting will always be a big focus. We're going to do a full off-season program evaluation as a staff. We will, myself, on a self-reflection of my job and what I've done, what I need to get better at, which is a very, very long list of things, and what we need to do. And we'll have individual meetings with all of our players, seniors included, and listen to their feedback on things and kind of exit interviews. And continue to prep now for spring workouts, which is going to be really, really important for this group and living in that weight room, because we need to continue to get stronger, bigger, faster, and more athletic, and that all starts in the off season. Is going to start right after spring break.
Coach, as we talk about recruiting, let's talk about some of these local guys. We've seen a lot of the recruits on social media out of Sioux Falls and this area in particular, Yankton natives, a couple of them as well, a couple of Reichen brothers coming in, or a couple of Reichens in general just coming into Mount Marty. You've been recruiting local. That's been a huge priority, it seems.
Yeah, we want guys that are going to be connected to this university for the long haul. Obviously, Rugby and Mac are very, very connected to Mount Marty University. We made a big time effort to make sure we could keep those kids home. Happy that Mac's brother Drew's coming here as well for baseball.
Joining Rex.
Yes, with Rex already being here. I mean, it's just that was a huge emphasis. We always want to make sure that we recruit local. If there's players that are talented, that are nearby, that fit us and what we're looking for, we want them to be a part of our program. And our program's not for everybody, and that's okay. And not everybody's for our program, and I understand that too. And that's about all fine about the right fit for you. But keeping those two at home was a huge emphasis. We've obviously been up in Sioux Falls quite a bit. Parker Stansbury from Harrisburg High School coming in, which is Eli Olson, a dynamite kid from Sioux Falls, Lincoln. Xander Benz from Sioux Falls, O'Gorman, and got a kid out of Madison, South Dakota, Aiden Jensen, big kid who's got a very, very high ceiling and bright future as well. And really excited about the group that we have. We got a young man also from Waubay Summit, which is a little bit further from everything, and he has been an All-State player at Class B. They moved up to Class A this year, and Damon Opdahl, and he's having a great year. He really is. And so excited about this group and want to continue to add pieces that fit around them and all complement. And that's a big part of what I like is this group complements each other. Even guys with size, they all complement each other. They can play with each other. They can play off each other. They're great kids. They're handle their business in the classroom. They're goal oriented. They fit who we want to have. And so it's our job to continue to find some others that really fit our locker room, and we're on the prowl for them every single day.
Well, Coach Othnier, it has been great to have you in the booth and talk to you throughout this season, throughout everything going on. Can you give me some final thoughts on this season going into the off season and what you expect from your team next year?
Yeah, just a lot of thank yous, to be honest with you. Our coverage, our crowd support, just our administration, the parents of our players. Just a lot of thank yous. They have been very, very supportive in everything that we've done. You guys have been tremendous. The Yankton P&D has been awesome as always. Our administration from Andy Bernardo to President Long to everybody in between. The parents of our players, though, have just been they've been appreciative of the opportunity that their kids have had, and I'm I am appreciative of that, because that's not always the case. And playing college basketball is hard. It's hard to do. Winning is hard, and not everybody gets the opportunity to play college basketball. And so when you have that opportunity, no matter what it is, whether you score 4,000 points or you play 4 minutes in your entire career, it's still rare, and it's still a challenge. And so the appreciative of the opportunity and being part of a university that's on the rise as we continue to make a lot of noise and a lot of the changes that we're doing under the leadership that we have. Just thankful to be a part of the Mount Marty University community. Thankful to be a part of the Yankton community. Going to continue to give back. Community service is going to be a huge emphasis as well this spring. We're going to have well over 1,000 hours after our year is over, and really proud of our guys for continuing to give back to others around them. So very, very thankful and appreciative, and knowing that we're going to continue to work hard to get this thing going and continue to move this thing in the right direction.
Well, Coach Othier, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your time throughout the season. Thanks for coming on and talking with me today. Congrats on your second season. Can't wait for number 3.
Thank you.
This is KYNT. That was head coach Colin Othier of the Mount Marty men's basketball program. Let's go ahead and take a break, come back, finish things up on the locker in a couple of minutes.
This sports season, keep your athlete hydrated with sparkling ice. Choose from a rainbow of colors and flavors, each sourced from nature with vitamins, antioxidants, and zero sugar. Sparkling ice. Tease your taste buds with tropical flavor. And rehydrate with Prime Hydration, the perfect combination of flavor and function, changing how you refresh, replenish, and refuel. With 5 awesome flavors and no added sugar, you're getting the taste you want without anything you don't. Prime Hydration, the perfect boost for every endeavor.
I used to vape to deal with stress, but I was stressed when I didn't use it. Had trouble focusing. Then I quit. Coach Nick had great tips. Really helped.
I thought vaping was safer than smoking, but I was still inhaling so many chemicals. Walking around the campus left me winded. It's not worth risking my health. Thanks to the Quit Line, I'm 3 months vape-free.
Use a Quit Line coach, and you are 2 times more likely to stay quit. There's no better way to quit. Make your quit stick. Call 1-866-SD-QUITS now. You're going to love your quit.
United Way of Greater Yankton uplifts individuals and families with measurable programs that deliver long-term results. United, they confront the struggles, helping create pathways out of poverty, provide access to critical healthcare services, and offer opportunities for youth and adults to reach their full potential. You can help by making a donation at yanktonunitedway.org/give or by texting Yankton to 41444 today.
When you need to be sure, make it Sureco. Smart Trailer from Sureco is still the most complete line of electric accessories for your grain trailer. Smart accessories such as the 4500 Series HD electric tarp, Pro Trap, and Auto Trap electric hopper doors, and the Drive Max Auger Drive Kit from Sureco both offer convenience and peace of mind for operators. When only the best will do, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us online at sureco.com. Make it Sureco.
Purchasing a home in a competitive market can be frustrating. Having to make quick decisions is stressful. That's why it's important to be guided by an experienced real estate professional. I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and as an agent with more than 15 years of experience, I'll guide you through the home buying process and give you information necessary to make the right decisions in your home search. Call me today at 664-5555.
Well, a big thanks to Coach Colin Othier, Coach Alan Bertram, coming in and speaking with me about their respective seasons. We're back on the Lancer Locker for one final time in basketball season. The Mount Marty women's program finishes 7-21 overall, 4-18 in conference. Lancer men finish 9-19 overall, 5-15 in conference. Some great strides made by both programs with a couple of new head coaches, second-year head coach for the men, first-year head coach for the women. I cannot wait to see what those two are able to do next season. As we take a look at our upcoming schedule, tennis on Wednesday, February 22nd, men's and women's tennis versus Morningside, 2:30 p.m. start time there. Also on the 24th, once again, competitive cheer and dance at Doane, the GPAC Championships. Softball will be taking on St. Ambrose University upcoming, and the baseball team this upcoming weekend will be taking on Valley City State University at home. They're going to be at Bob Tarashinsky Stadium at Riverside Field. I'm just going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say weather permitting on that one, because we do have some Blizzard's upcoming, but they're scheduled to play Valley City State Saturday and Sunday in 2 games, a 2-day doubleheader. I'm looking forward to that one. Baseball home opener, weather permitting, we'll say. This is KYNT. That's going to do it today on the Lancer Locker. My name is Tehl Tanner. That has been our basketball season recap. We'll see you next time.